Hi everyone, today I have a beautiful new book to share with you. Lovely Gia has sent me this as a gift, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I only have one Hanna Karlzon that I don't have now, and at the moment I'm quite obsessed with her, although I've got other goals with other books to finish. Hers are ones I always reach for each month to make sure I do a picture, because I just have such fun and I just love how they come out. So I'm really excited to have this one. It Tales from the Midnight Masquerade, and you can see how beautiful the cover looks. It's got lovely silver embossing, and on the back it says, "Welcome to a fabulous midnight masquerade among candles, dignified tables and burning lanterns. Mysterious and magical guests dance and mingle together. The atmosphere is buzzing and the party goes on until the morning dawns." How lovely. We have a very pretty spine as well. This is one of the slightly smaller books of Hanna's, and it's comes in the series with Tales from the Witch's Cottage, Tales from the Forest Kingdom, and there's, I think her new one might be from this series. She's got a sort of water themed one just coming out, but it doesn't come out in the UK for a long time. It comes out in Sweden first, which makes sense. So let's have a little look. So we have our black end papers. Let's come in closer so you can get that set. And here we go. So we have a very pretty moon and jewel page. That's really lovely to start with. And we have, so this is a 2020 book. And the Utah, the American printing. So it came out in 2020 in Sweden, but also the English edition the same year. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it's the next year. So we have lovely hairs. I think because she has to change things like this, you know, it takes time to do that. Right, now this went on my wish list fairly recently, because there's a lot of people, but I'm getting so much more confident in colouring people, and when it's like this and you just get a small face, and I'm much more confident in clothing, so and hair, so this is fine. I'm not daunted, so that's good. I rather like this dress. Look at her hair, it's fun, isn't it? So they're all going off to the party, by the looks of it. So the paper, just as for those of you, look, this is a white book, so it's quite creamy in colour. It's nice and thick. Hanna's paper is really lovely. A lot of people will use it for watercolour because it's so thick. I have tried some watercolour pages in some of her books. In fact, a few days ago I did a flip through of showing all my completed pages in Hanna Karlzon's books, and you can see that I did a few watercolour ones, and the paper took it really well. It goes a little bit wrinkly, but if you do watercolour on the other side then it's okay. I find it fine. So we're heading to the castle for the party, and lots of lovely berries to colour. Lanterns in the trees, look at that dark sky, it's rather fun. But a couple of doubles there to get us started. And here we have our welcome. The thing with most colouring books is it goes right into the spine. It can be a little bit difficult to get in there, especially with a hardback book, but I try my best, and that's all you can do really, isn't it? So he's welcoming us in by the looks of it. We've got this moon, it looks a bit like the one at the front, and we have these very pretty lanterns. Imagine that coloured, lovely. But look at her little fairy. She does. Oh, and now we have some masked people. See, I don't find that too daunting anymore. It's good. So we have two. You could do them as a pair or separately. You know, you could do the same background behind them or something like that. She's got like quite a lot of fabric, almost like a jester. with the bells. That's rather fun. Whereas she's got more of a quite a fun mask as well. I think they're quite jolly, and they both look really happy, which is nice. I don't like it when you have books with people who look sad. Is it Carolina Kerr something? Can't remember the name. Her books are very dark and her people always look very sad, and I don't like sad looking people, happy people. So here we have an interesting outfit, lots of feathers. You can match in the bird's feathers with the feathers here, and very interesting headdress, could be done in any way. Lots of hair to colour, like colouring hair, so that's fun. Or you could do it as, you could do it not as hair, like a veil, something like that. I'm not thinking what I'm trying to say. We have a crown. We always get crowns. So pretty and fun to colour as well. I do like colouring though. When I'm in the mood, excuse me, when I'm in the mood for jewels and metallics, oh, crown is just fun. We've got little birds as well. Now I was looking through some of Hannah's completed pictures on Instagram. In the hashtag Hanna Karlzon, you can see lots of completed pictures of hers by various different people. And if you look in the top ones, the ones that have had the most likes, it's very daunting. But the fur, the way people colour, it's amazing. So I was thinking, can I have a go at that? Trying to make mine a little bit, wasn't quite so fine. I do my fur quite fine, and it was actually quite thick, and I think it looked really good. So we have a whole band here, which are great fun. So different animals, different costumes. Obviously she's not an animal, but all sorts going on there, so that's fun. And we have this sort of background of a wall. I would probably just do that in an easy pastel because it's, you know, there's a lot there. That's okay. Oh, and we have a clown. I love her sort of spotty outfit. That'd be such fun to colour. And then this one, well, they're acrobats, aren't they, on a swing? So we've got the cat hanging upside down, which is, how's his hat staying on? Oh, it's tied. It's a bow. I'm still not convinced it would stay on that well, but hey ho, it's all a bit of fun. Now she looks very ornate. So we've got beautiful flowers, big bow, lots of hair. That's an interesting one to do. Let's try and keep you in shot. I saw this one done the other day as a double with the same background across both. It was really beautiful, but look at her dress and hair. She looks like, is that Georgian? I'm trying to think, not sure. Absolutely stunning. So that's going to be fun. And then the mask in more detail over here. So what fun indeed. Ah yes, now she is interesting because I initially thought, oh, she's like a clown, but actually she's got candies here going on. It's like she's working on the candy cart or something. That's rather fun. So it's almost a double, but not quite. This one's a fun one to do, isn't it, with all the candies? Oh, I like him. Looking very, I'm not sure really. I was thinking soldiery, you know, lovely cape, very strong. It's, I would want to do like, I'm thinking lavish purples and reds, sort of imperial type colours, you know, but we'll see. But that's interesting. I was thinking this was just a bare leg, but I think actually it isn't because I've got that. So some sort of leggings. I guess that might be the end of them, and then a sandal, but I'm not sure. Really fun. Oh, it's so cute. Look at a little flag. Oh, they're so sweet. I like them. Now we've got another double. There's a lot of doubles, isn't there, in this one? So we have cute little rabbits, and they're sort of holding her train of her dress. Look at her hair. Wow, that's a lot of hair. And very pretty decorations here. She's got antlers. Oh, we have a very party-like pair here. I don't think this is a double though. So we've got a lovely cake, little cupcakes. One's a bit been eaten, strawberries and things. That's really good fun. And so you've got this very ornate cake stand to do as well. And then on this side you've got a very pretty little girl with her cat. They look quite clownish. I'm not, some people are a bit frightened of clowns, I'm not. But you can of course do it however you wish. Now these girls have a slightly watery feel to them. We've got a sort of fish here and sort of shell-like jewellery and things. That's rather fun. Not sure what these are. I'm assuming they're sort of watery bits and plants, so that's rather fun. And another pair. Now these two, so we have, do we have star and sun? Is this night and day? She's got a moon. I think it's night and day. I think that's rather fun. Oh, and here we have a very elegant lady with her fan. Again, she looks a bit sort of Edwardian, Georgian, something like that, I'm not sure. But interestingly, she has no, so she's just a head and a hand. There's nothing else. That's going to be interesting. I'm sure some people probably draw in something, but I can't do that, so I have to think about how to tackle that one, but it'd be fun. And we have some just pretty flowers, but we've got ribbons and a little ladybird in there. That's really fun. I think they're like what's in her hair. Oh, food time. So we have lemonade, maybe, straw, some little fancy sticks. Nice cake and strawberries. We've had these cakes before, haven't we? Little mice. And oh, a sort of ice cream sundae, I guess. More drink and sweets, candies. Really fun. I've seen this one coloured quite recently and it was amazing. And what they'd done was they'd done a lot of black, because she's the Queen of Spades, isn't she? And she's the Queen of Hearts. They'd done a lot of black around her and it was just really well done. But you know, I'm thinking, you know, do we do her lipstick is black and things like that, and then do this one very red because she's the Queen of Hearts? I don't know. It's rather fun. Oh, we have a selection of medals. I think they're his, so that's quite fun. So we've got ribbons and metallics to do for that one. That's nice. And then he's got his medal. I like that one with a little heart on. Lots of lovely florals to do as well. Now she looks rather pretty. She's got all these pretty flowers on her sort of necklace, and I think, I'm not sure, I'm thinking is that, but I don't think it is, but a very pretty sort of brooch of some sort from a dragonfly. It's rather nice. And we have some dancing or juggling, I guess, going on here. So another, there's lots of scope for really bright colours with these ones, isn't there? But she looks more like a guest, but she's got a nice bow and I'm sure a sort of rope going around, so that's really interesting. Now this one has got a big blank area, which is quite interesting. I guess you could draw something if you're that way inclined. I guess it's her coming round from her dress. Is it a double page? I'm just, yes, because look, the joins here. So the florals come round. So yeah, I don't know. I'd probably do some pastel background or something there just to make it not look completely white. And we have a very nice looking cake. She's looking, see, Red Riding Hood maybe? I don't know. Looking wistfully. It looks like there's plenty, doesn't it? She's very pretty. She's got her sort of butterfly brooch and butterflies in the hair as well. Lots of hairpins. Oh, now she is quite interesting. So she's dressed up like a wind-up doll. Look at these curls. Sometimes my hair does that, but very thin curls, and usually only one. ringlet. Oh, I've seen this one done with all the donuts, quite fun. I really dislike donuts like that, but I like colouring them. Oh, she's very pretty. She's very wistful, but at least she doesn't look sad. That's interesting. And a very pretty vase of flowers with some nice blackberries. I love colouring these. What fun. Now we have a whole bunch of people here. Again, I think this is probably a double page. So these are all dressed in florals. So we have like a lovely flower hat on this lady. The rabbit's got a flower there while she's holding it. She's got sort of a fox look to her, and a sort of toadstool look, a flower look, and I would say twin toadstools maybe? I don't know. It's rather fun, isn't it? Oh, she's got fangs. What fun. Like the cat. So, really interesting. And her eyes are like cat's eyes. Look at that. That's fun. Oh, we have some, oh dear. Oops. Someone spilt their drink. But we have glass to deal with, which is interesting, different and fun. Now she's got an umbrella. Look at all the jewels dripping off her umbrella. Oh, such fun. Her big hair. My hair could be that big. Huge hair. I've seen this one done a few times. Very beautifully, actually, I have to say. But I think that would be a fun one to do. Some people really adore frogs. I don't adore frogs, but I do enjoy them. You know, I'm not like, you know, a mad frog fan, but I do enjoy colouring them, so that will be nice. Here we have a pair. So here we have sun and moon again, but very different this time. So that's rather fun. Oh, another double. So we have a sort of balcony. Look at her dress. It's like a Cinderella dress, but she's got a ship on her head, as you do. I always put a ship on my head when I'm going to a party, don't you? So a really nice peacock. He's dressed up quite roughly, you know, not terribly smart compared to her. That's really interesting. Ooh, we have a cat, maybe? Cat lady. Look at her eyes. Fun. Oh, a candle. Oh, we're getting towards the end of the night, I think. We're ditching our mask. Candles are burning down. It's all getting a bit tired. Oh, and the end. Oh, cute little rabbit. Nice curtain. I've never seen that one coloured, so that's fun. So I think what we are going to colour is the small one at the beginning. This one here. I don't have, oh I do have, hang on, a piece of paper behind the page. It's quite a big piece, but it'll work. It's from a different book that I was working on. So I think we'll do this. We'll come in closer, and I brought my Black Widow pencils through because they work really well when I was colouring in Witch's Cottage, so I thought they might work nicely in here too. So I should just open them up and have a little think. Oh, sorry, snake in view. Oof. The only problem with these pencils is that snake. Right, I can probably come in a bit closer still. There we go. I want to keep it all in shot. Right, let's start with the moons. And I was thinking I'd quite like a really pale blue, but I don't actually have a really pastel-y blue in my Black Widows. I've got 3 sets of Black Widows, the Cobra, the Scorpion, and the original Spider set. I think I actually will use this one. This is from the Scorpion set. It's called Blue Heaven. What I really want is a grey blue, but I haven't got one. I'm going to use it really, really lightly because I might add a grey on top, but I'm not sure yet. because there are some areas that I'd like to be done in silver, so I might save my greys for that. So I'm just going really gently. Now Hanna's paper works for every brand of pencil I've ever tried, which is really good. I really like it. It's some of the best paper, I think, and it seems a bit thicker than some of the other papers, and it's certainly thicker than some books are really thin, aren't they? They're done with like copy paper. Now because this is a mirror image, I really need only show you one side, but while I'm in the mood for wittering on, what's the train going by? I need to go and try and get my children to settle to work, really, rather than being in here recording. My one son said he just can't get his head into doing any work today, but if he has the day off, that's fine, if he makes that decision. But I think I want a darker blue, slightly darker. I'm going to use this Galaxy blue. It's from the same set as Scorpion. But he needs to not distract his brother if he's having a day off. It's tricky. I'm sure other people have trouble too with kids of different ages, but no, that looks wrong. I think I'm just going to go all over it with this. No, because I've messed it up. But it's nice having them the same age, really, because they're doing the same sorts of things, so they both should be studying at the same time. But it means you get all the stress at the same time. But they always used to play together when they were little because they were the same age and had the same interests. And I sort of always wanted a boy and a girl, really, but having two boys means that they have the same interests, they play with the same toys. They did, you know, when they were young. They don't play with toys now, they're 17. But they still have things in common, play the same computer games, play chess, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's rather good. Oh, I went over the eye then. I think I'm going to leave that there for now. It isn't quite what I was planning, but I think it's fine. Now, we've got all these beads. I'm quite liking the idea of doing them in black. I think I will. Now, the true black is the Black Widow, which is from the Black Widow set. That's what I'm going to use. And for these, I'm going to go around the edge and try and leave a little bit of white shine in the middle. Layer them up on the outside and less in the centre. And it's going to be a long but relaxing and fun job doing this. Now I know I make it seem easy, it's not. But if you keep practicing, you get there. And not all of mine will turn out right, you know. So it's just a matter of practicing and not worrying about being too perfect, really, which isn't easy, I have to say. Now I'm going to do the stars, I think, in a silver. The moons, don't know. Having a think while I'm doing this. See, the good thing about what I tend to do is I'll have a look at the picture and some bits will stand out to me immediately. I know what colour I want to do them. So I start with those, and then while I'm colouring those, I look at the rest and have a think about what I'm going to do with the rest of it. And that just sort of helps me. I can hear my son chattering away very loudly. So I'm looking at this centre bit. I think I'm going to stick with the blues and silvers. I think it might work well. So this sort of swirly bit, that's going to be silver. Oops, going out the lines while I'm looking at the rest. Maybe not such a good idea then. And this sort of gemstony bits, they'll be in deep blues, I think. The only thing with the Black Widows is some of them bleed into white pen. It can be quite nice to do a bit of white pen on the gemstones and things to show shine, but I'm not sure which ones. I think it's only one of the blues from the spider set, so if I avoid those blues, hopefully I'll be okay. The pinks tend to as well. I've tested them. What I do, look, here it is, Starry Night. I put a bit of washi tape around the bottom to remind me that that's the one that bleeds. And that one, that Starry Night, is a lovely dark blue. And if you put white pen on it, it goes neon pink, which is not normally a look that people want, to be fair. I'm just finding my sharpener. I'm grabbing the darker blue that I used on the top of the moons, the galaxy blue, and I'm going to use it for some of these gemstones. So I'm going to use it for the center one first. So all the way around the edge with lots of layers, get it really lovely deep colour. It's a really pretty blue. And then fade it towards the middle a bit. And that will not only hopefully give the impression of shine, but also might make it look a bit like it's rounded. If it doesn't, that's fine. I'm going to use this as well on all of these little circles. I'm wondering about that though. Yeah, no, I'm changing my mind. I'm going to do it on these larger ones. Like this. And just fading it a bit towards the middle, just in the way that we did with that really. And this one, I might do it on those as well. I think my boys are talking about a chess game, so not doing their revision. Unfortunately, it makes it quite difficult for me to work when they're here, because I know they need reminding that they're supposed to be doing their own work. I know I shouldn't have to, they need to learn to be self-motivated, but it's really hard to sort of butt out. I'm going to do all these the same as well. So I'm going to keep this one on the front slightly lighter. I'm not going to put quite so many layers on the edge, so that the ones behind are a bit darker, because I think they would be. But I may darken that up after, but I just want to give myself the opportunity to have it a bit lighter. Now I have brought through my metallic pens and my glitter pens in case I want to add a bit more sparkle, but we'll see how it pans out. Do you feel pressure colouring the first page of a new book? It's tricky, isn't it? You think, oh, such a beautiful book, I don't want to ruin it by colouring in it. How many of you felt that? But someone once asked me if I could do some colouring every time I do a flip through. So that's what I do. So I have no choice. I do what that person asked me, and it just gets me going with the book, which is really good. I'm going to make these a bit darker on this edge, because they're not. And once I've done a page, then I've put my stamp on the book, as it were, and I've got going. So that's me. So I've got to carry on. Right, I'm grabbing my slightly lighter blue. Remember I used the blue heaven for the base of the moons. So I'm going to do that for this bit in here. I think this could be a gemstone, but this is a sort of pastel-y colour. So I'm just trying to work out how to do it. I think I'll go dark around here. I might just do each section, fade it slightly towards the middle like that. It's pretty, isn't it? It isn't really a natural colour that I would use for a gemstone, but excuse me, it is pretty. And I think it's quite nice to have a consistency in the picture using the same colours through sometimes. It can look nice if you've got lots and lots of different colours, but for me I do find it a little easier if I just use a limited selection. It gives me less choice, which makes me quicker, because people say, how are you so quick at colouring? Well, I don't spend too long choosing my colours, for one thing. I'm going back to the Galaxy Blue to do those two there. Yes, don't spend too long choosing pictures or colours, so that speeds me up no end, and I have a lot of time, which is nice. I'm lucky, and I think I'm quite fast. Now I'm picking some greys for my silver. I'm just gonna scribble them on my piece of paper to the side here, because I don't want browny greys, I want cold greys. That's very brown. Those are all very brown. So the ones from the Cobra set are all really brown. So I'm going to have to use the black and the spider web. Okay, they're my only cold colours. If I just use the spider web, it's a bit pale. So I could just use the silver pen, but I'll try the spider web first. So I'll just give it a sharpen. Actually, that's really brown as well. That's a bit annoying. See, let me show you. Look, they're all really brown. And I really wanted cold greys. I think maybe I'm going to have to go with the flat black, which is the least brown, and then the black. I think the flat black might just give us, this is Cobra flat black, might just give us a slightly less brown colour. So we're going to use it for this to start with. I'm thinking make it quite dark and fade it. Hopefully it will look a bit silvery. We leave a white gap like that for shine. And the same here, I'm just going to fade these out. I'm going to make them a little bit darker where they overlap things and just fade them towards the tip. Which is working quite well. I think this flat black actually is quite a good silver. Now I could add some of the other black to it, but we've got that here, so I want to sort of differentiate really, so I may not need any more. So the idea of fading it is to try and make it look a bit shiny, but it's quite a simple technique. Now this bit is trickier. We have to decide where is it going to be darker and where is it going to be lighter. I think here where it's overlapping, let's make it dark. Oh, the sun's trying to come out. Ugh. I know people love the sun, but really, not when I'm recording. I'm going to fade it up here. I think it might be quite light on the top there, like that, and then dark down here. See, this is another thing that speeds me up. I'm not taking a lot of time thinking. Maybe that's a problem, but make it a bit lighter there. A bit of light there. Like that. And then in here we've got some overlap here. That's dark. Dark here too, where it would be shadow in there. And then maybe a bit lighter as we come into the centre, like that. Same here, maybe just a bit lighter in the middle there, middle of that bit. Let's just sit back and have a little look. I think that's okay. And now I just need to copy it on the other side. Yes, as I say, that was obviously I was concentrating then and thinking about what to do, but I don't spend too long. I just, for me, colouring is the fun of actually colouring, getting that pencil down, and so that's why I don't spend too long thinking. I'm also a fast person in life. When I was at work, I used to do sort of admin work in an office. I was always really quick at getting the jobs done. I remember temping in a place and they thought they had a week's work for me and I did it in a day. I just get my head down, I just get on and I'm quick. I guess it's partly why I'm not always that chilled because I'm sort of always in a hurry. But I'm trying to work on being more chilled. I am in some ways, but yeah. How do we do this? A bit lighter in the middle. Oh, we need that quite a bit darker. I'm just trying to make it match. Oh, we went darker around there, didn't we? That's right. Yeah. There. Now we've got our little stars and moons to do, and what I'm going to do is just outline them in this and leave it white in the middle and hope it looks like shine. I just sort of fade it in a bit. I have got, as I say, I've got my metallic and glitter pens in here, so if it doesn't quite look how I want, I can use those. But I'm hoping it might just be okay without them. Oops, out of the line she goes. Don't have to go out of the lines, there's not enough white in that moon. I'm going to try and erase a bit. I think because it's so small, it's easier to erase it all. Just be a bit more careful and stay on the edge. Yeah, so I'm also quite quick at typing, writing, that sort of thing. I'm absolutely rubbish at proofreading, and I think that's because I'm so quick at reading. I don't see the errors, I just skim right through. And my husband says I don't read every word, I skim it, but I do read every word, I just read them very quickly. And if I'm trying to revise something, it's really hard because it doesn't go in. I can read a book and then you can ask me at the end what the name of the main character was and I couldn't tell you because I read it so fast. There we go. I'm just looking, thinking, do I want to put any sparkle on that? But I'm thinking no. I think I might put some white pen highlights, but not specific sparkly pen. So I'm going to use my 08 Jelly Roll pen. And I'm going to do, see on all these black beads there's a mark that Hanna's made in black. I'm going to go over them all in white. So she sort of helped me, telling me where to do it. Now there's also marks on the moon. I'm going to leave those in black. If I make them in white, because the moon is so lightly coloured, they'll just disappear and it'll look like there's nothing. And I quite like seeing his face, so I'm going to leave that. Which is a loud siren. I'm going to put a bit of shine on these, even though there's no indication of shine. Same on these, I think a little line might help it look a bit more gemstone-y. I tend to do them opposite, so that one's on the bottom, that one's on the bottom, sort of thing. Got a line on that one. Now here I'm gonna try and do a mirror image. They're quite small, can't really see the pen that much. And then we need to go on this side. So yeah, now I've started the book, I'm quite happy to plunge in. I think the double pages are a little bit daunting, but as long as I could still do them in bits. Yeah, you can, as long as I just make a note of what colours I've used, then I can easily do half and then another half, and because it isn't such a big book as some, it means the pages aren't going to take so long. But there we go. I'm quite pleased with that. I wasn't sure when I looked at those greys quite how it was going to work, but I think it does look quite silvery, so I'm happy. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the flip through. I did, and a big thank you again to Gia for the gift. It's just beautiful. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you everyone for your support for the channel. So thank you, have a lovely day and happy colouring.